Man, welcome. We back with another episode of Off the Bench podcast, man. We had two good game sevens on today. New York versus Indiana Pacers, Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets. Two game sevens, electrifying game sevens. We here to discuss that all right here in this episode today. Now, before we go ahead and jump into that topic and get into the good game that we had today, y'all go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Head over to the audio platforms. We had just dropped the episode earlier today, which this episode is gonna be uploaded once again. Y'all should get this sometime tonight. But yeah, make sure y'all head over to the audio platforms. Make sure y'all go stream them, Apple Music, Spotify. You can catch me, just type in Off the Bench Show. All that is together, Off the Bench Show underscore. No spaces, all together. You can find me on there. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Man, we're gonna go and get right into it. Now, the Denver Nuggets, they just folded under pressure. They was up 20 on the Minnesota Timberwolves at halftime. Second half, they wet the bed. That's exactly what they did. They wet the bed. Now, Michael Porter Jr. all series, he been garbage. I'm talking about garbage. Oh, his brother just got in trouble with the league officials about doing the betting with the sports betting. Got me thinking, got me looking more into it that I think Michael Porter Jr. might have helped him a little bit. He might have been in on it a little bit. Because Michael Porter Jr., ever since that Lakers series in the first round, he ain't been able to do nothing. Nothing. I mean, one for six, 1 for 12 from the field, 1 for 15. Can't get nowhere with that. Now, Jamal Murray, he was hooping. I'm not gonna lie, Jamal Murray was hooping in the first half, doing all type of Chris Paul fake pass moves, step back jumpers, hitting threes, doing all type of stuff. Come the second half, I couldn't find you. I promise you, I didn't know what I thought Jamal Murray was in foul trouble the way I couldn't find Jamal Murray in the second half. Left Jokic out there by himself, knowing they throwing the kitchen sink at Jokic. Aaron Gordon, you gotta play better than that, fam. Now you've been the main priority of why y'all got back in this series from game 3, game 4, game 5. You was out there hooping. Now I guess Minnesota they just decided to cut your water off. I don't know. But hey, all this had led up until why they lost this game tonight. You get 30 plus from Jamal, you get 30 plus from Yoke. Nobody else gave you nothing outside of that. Now the bench been the Denver Nuggets problem all season. The bench been a problem all season. Now, you got guys in the game 7. You got guys that need to come in and put up big time numbers. Well, not big time numbers, just need to come in and produce a little bit. Christian Brown, I salute you, my boy. I salute you, my brother. You going out there, you play hard, you gonna play your role, do all this and that. You played 20 minutes. You only can give me 5 points though. In a closeout game, our season on the line. This is a win or go home situation right here. We was up 20. You can give me 5 points in a closeout game. You got Reggie Jackson out there. He playing. He coming off the bench. He ain't got a stat line. Now I got people coming off the bench and they ain't giving me stat lines. That's unacceptable. Reggie Jackson, he played 5 minutes. Ain't got a stat on his. Ain't got nothing. That boy got a block. I think no points, no steals, no rebounds, no assists. You got Justin Holiday just out there running. He running out there with no stat line as well. He played 10 minutes. That's where you lost the ball game at right there. Then like I already said, Michael Porter Jr., he out there betting on himself, taking the unders. Aaron Gordon out there, he forgot how to play basketball. They just look shook. Denver Nuggets look shook tonight. Now, I've been said at the game too that the way I seen the Minnesota Timberwolves kind of deflate them and took their hearts, took they snow, snatched their souls from their hearts in game 2 on their opposing floor. I knew this series was good and over, but Denver they tried to make a series. They put their pride into it and tried to make it a series and forced the game 7, but it just wasn't enough. Now shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Big salute to them for staying the course because I thought it was gonna get ugly for y'all. It was looking like it was finna get real ugly. You were down 20. Now you decided to claw and fight your way back from down 20 and to close out 7. You gave everything you got, and that's what you need. Everybody was out there. They did what they needed to do. And didn't have the best of games. But that's why you got Karl Anthony Towns. Jay McDaniels give you 20. Rudy Gobert giving you a double double. Mike Conley almost give you a double double. Nas Reed give you double digits off the bench. A collective team effort over there, and they defended their ass off. They were defending. Now that's how you play defense in the NBA. You talk about you want to win, show me. Don't tell me, show me. And that's what the Minnesota Timberwolves they did in this game 7. They showed you that they wanted to win, that they want to get a ring under their belt. They were ready to advance, make it to the Western Conference Finals where they ain't been in 20 years. Shout out to them. When, like I said, man, Anthony Edwards, it's good to see the growth in real time. A young star, a young superstar that's emerging into his own, getting his own, making his own name for himself on the high stage. He just dethroned the defending champs, who a lot of people had coming into the season had them going back to back. Joke just won his third MVP. Anthony Edwards, just to see his growth, man. Like you could tell in this game, obviously he struggled. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well, or as good as he was accustomed to seeing accustomed to. But man, just to see the playmaking growth in real time, just to understand and read the defense and take what the defense give you. And when the opportunity presents itself to make a shot or to make a big play, Anthony Edwards, his hand was all over the cookie jar. He started it on the defensive side of the ball, trying to get out in transition, hounded Jamal Murray to full court, putting pressure on him, leading into transition points. Same thing, all rebounds, things like that. That's how you affect the game in other ways when you supposed to be a star player and the leader of your team. That's how you go out there and win the ball game outside of just scoring. You impacted the ball games in all assets. You defended, you facilitated well, you had 8 rebounds. Even though you didn't get your shot going, you trusted your teammates. And that's the biggest thing. That was the biggest key from what I seen from Anthony Edwards, for him still to be a young star in this league, to still have a lot of, untapped potential and a lot of room to grow. That's what's been the most exciting thing to see from Anthony Edwards from the start of the playoff, just to see his growth. Because Anthony Edwards, I'm here to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, this gonna be the. I'm not saying he the next Bron, but I'm saying in terms of face of the league, we gotta look no more. Cause 5 in Minnesota, he him. He the real deal. It ain't no flies and ain't no faking it with him. He coming. He coming. He is here. Now, like I shout out to Karl Anthony Towns. Uh, like I said, he held it down. He made big shot after big shot, big play after big play. Putting pressure on the Denver Nuggets defense, making them have to double team, and he was making the right passes. Whenever they decided to double and do things of that nature. This was just a complete win from the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it's crazy just to see like you would expect the type of performance down the stretch you seen from the Denver Nuggets. You would have expected seeing that from the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Denver Nuggets down the stretch in the second half, they just look so uncomposed. They look rattled. They look shook. You can tell the pressure is getting to them with every missed shot going down the floor. As that lead kept cutting down and trimming down and trimming down, people hands started getting tight. Legs started getting heavy. That's when when the lights shine the brightest. That's when the real come out of people. You know, and this was just a ultimate choke job. Just call it a spade. Denver Nuggets, you was up 20. Defending champs, supposed to been the team with the most experience, with the most experience, and you came out and laid the egg. It looked like y'all got complacent. Jokic, the credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They made Jokic job very tough on him. Everything was hard for Nikola Jokic. Pause. Everything on the offensive end, they made him work on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that it made it even worse when they had to compound it with Jokic. He really didn't get much of a breather either. He played basically the whole game in the altitude. I know he might be accustomed to that, but that's a lot of work and a lot of workload and a lot of toll on your body. Um, like I said, outside of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, you really didn't get much production. KCP, he played good defense. He made shots, but outside of those two players, you outside of Jamal and Yo, you failed to get anybody else to tag along that could be at least double digits. You know, that's not what's gonna cut it when you got a full, a hungry, young, athletic, long team over there that defends like that. And man, you can just tell that the Minnesota Timberwolves, they just wanted it more. And they wanted this win more. They wanted this series more. And ultimately, they was just a better team. Just looking at it, you don't let your eye fool you. What you seen in Game 7 was not a fluke. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they're legit. They're gonna play hard. They're a long, athletic ball club, discipline. They're gonna play hard. And they got a young star over there that's boiling over there. That Don fixes Sesame lead, linking to get his name, up there cemented with the greats and legends. He right now he got a good start right now. And congratulations to them. To the Minnesota Timberwolves. They will be playing the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals, which they haven't been in 20 years since Kevin Garnett been there. So that's a big, huge accomplishment for them. Shout out to them. Uh, Minnesota, they was the better team. Now the Denver Nuggets, it's time for them to look at going off season, time to reevaluate their roster, their team, and look what they can go from here. We got to definitely shore up that bench. Get more help from that bench and things like that. Um, but yeah, you got KCP up for contract, so we just see what they do. But that was a good series, man. A good series. And that, to me, you know, outside of that Knicks, that Knicks series would have been good too if everybody stayed healthy. I feel like those was this is gonna be the best basketball that we gonna see the rest of this playoffs. I got well, I'm gonna just speak briefly on this because this is gonna be for a different episode, but I really don't see the Mavericks posing that much of a threat to the Minnesota Timberwolves and vice versa for the Pacers and the Celtics. So I think that's gonna be the best basketball that we played in. And it was definitely some good basketball. But moving on, moving on, man. Well, in the comments, y'all let me know who y'all got before the series even start. I think game 1 will be played Tuesday for the Western Conference Finals. Denver, Minnesota versus the Dallas Mavericks. Who y'all got in that series? Y'all let me know in the comment section. But moving on, man. We got the New York Knicks versus Indiana Pacers early on today. And the Pacers, they came out there and put a butt whooping on the New York Knicks. They came out there to play. Now I've been calling out for Tyrese Halliburton all playoffs long to come out there and play like the player I know he can be. And he definitely did that. He came out there firing, hitting on all cylinders. I'm proud of I'm proud of the job that Pascal Siakam did because that's what they acquired you for. That's why Indiana came out there and traded for you because you got that experience, you got that championship DNA, that veteran leadership, and you've been there before, so you already got that calm composure about you. Just the Indiana Pacers, they just took it right into the New York Knicks. They put the they put the pressure on them right from the get go, beat them at their own game. Not at their own game, but they followed their game plan and executed it to the T. Their identity all season long. They was one of the fastest paced teams in the league, one of the better offensive teams in the league in the Indiana Pacers. They came out and showcased that today in Game 7 against the Knicks. Pascal came out fine. I think he hit his first 4 shots. Tyrese Halliburton, he finally decided to show up, and he finally showed me that he wasn't scared. Cause I was confused. I thought Tyrese Halliburton was scared these playoffs, but these last 2 games showed enough. He definitely showed up, showed out, and that's what you need from your star players. In the playoffs, in the Game 6, in a closeout game, in the Game 7 when your season is on the line. You need your star players to be your star players, and that's what Tyrese Halliburton was today. He was a star. Um, but the Indiana Pacers, nonetheless, they was the better team. Keep in mind that the New York Knicks, they was already down Julius Randle. Midway through the series, you get Evan Mitchell Robinson. He go down with injury. Wananobi, he go down with injury. Then Josh Hart, you know, he go down with injury. So they was kind of banged up. Then you see Jalen Brunson in this game today. He get a broken hand. So this was kind of inevitable for the New York Knicks with all the injuries that they had to deal with throughout these playoffs. I'm still gonna tip my hat off to them because all the adversity that they had faced throughout these playoffs, they still be able to stay afloat, stay the course, and still be able to push it to a game 7. And there was one game short from getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, which a lot of people didn't have them going there, or getting this far, or you know what I'm saying. So I definitely don't think look at this as a failure for the New York Knicks. I definitely don't think this the end for the New York Knicks. You know, uh, I think this team that they got, you can definitely make another run. You look at some of these free agents and look at you can add probably another wing scorer. Probably look to get off Julius Randle, some of that nature. You know, but you need to find somebody else who you can rely on outside of Jalen Brunson, where you can create offense, get offense out of. No disrespect to Dante DiVincenzo, but you don't want Dante DiVincenzo to be your main source of offense come in a game 7 like this, come playoff time in the high leverage moments like that. Even though he showed that he's capable, no, but you can go get like a Paul George, a Brandon Ingram, or a DeMar DeRozan, Donovan Mitchell, even. Well, not Donovan Mitchell, because I think they, overlapping skill sets, but like a DeMar DeRozan, somebody that can relieve stress off uh Jalen Brunson, where he already undersized and you just got you throwing the kitchen sink at him to try to stop him. You kind of wear him down. Basically, what the Indiana Pacers did, you know, they established themselves defensively first and foremost. Where I felt like even with they shot making, even with the pace they played at, their presence on the defensive side of the ball, they was moving. They look like bees out there. Every time I look up, it was a yellow jersey, whatever you want, whatever color jersey you want to know the Indiana Pacers had on, they was flying around. Uh, they was picking up full court from the course of the game for the whole court for the full 48 minutes. I'm talking about it don't matter if your man was taking the ball out, they up there putting pressure on them, hounding them. And that's how you set the tone and let them know that this type of game that you playing with, Tyrese Halliburton was out there talking that talking, walking that walk. I love it. And I need you to keep the same energy going into next series because you're playing against a team against the Boston Celtics where I'm gonna need that same replicated energy. Don't just do it one game. Don't just do it 2 games. Tyrese Halliburton, like I said, you've been looking scared these whole playoffs. I need you to carry over this momentum into this next series and be the star I know you can be. CJ McConnell, boy, you done got a fan out of me, boy. You got definitely hey, credit shout out to you. You've been hooping, been probably the you, Siakam, Miles Turner. Y'all probably been the most consistent Indiana Pacers players throughout these whole playoffs. With night in, night out, game in, game out. I think from those 3 players, you know what you're gonna get. TJ McConnell scoring, talking that trash, defending, facilitating, doing all those different type of things. Miles Turner shooting the ball at an efficient high clip, stretching the defense out. Big Pascal being that veteran presence that why they brought you here, being another wing creator to be able to create out the bounce, put the ball on the hoop on his own, create for others, and also look for his own shot. Uh, just that championship DNA. Why they that veteran presence? That's why you brought Siakam here, and he showcased that today. The Indiana Pacers they head to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time. I think since what Paul George been there. What's that? Was 27, 20 what 2016, 2015. So shout out to them, man. You know, Knicks. Jalen Brunson, he had a good playoff run. He had a good, definitely had a good run. Like I said, to me, even though they ultimately didn't get to where they want to go, Anthony Edwards is still playing. But to me, if you ask me, Jalen Brunson has been the best player in these playoffs. With Anthony Edwards right there behind him, I just think the load that Jalen Brunson had to carry was way more of a load than Ant did. I think Ant got more of a complete roster and team built around him where a game like tonight, obviously you see Jalen Brunson can afford to have no bad night or a bad game or an off night, off game because they gonna get ran blew out the water, and that's exactly what the Indiana Pacers did today. Jalen Brunson, Cause Jalen, I ain't gonna lie. This matchup, this point guard matchup between Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton. Hey, this whole series, Jalen Brunson been bullying, been punking him. It's about time that Tyrese Halliburton had fought back and did, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm here too now. Don't forget about me. They've been saying all this, saying this and that. Hey, I'm like that too. So it's good to see that. I think that today was just a good day for basketball. Two good game 7s. Uh, two teams that advance to the playoffs that we not accustomed to seeing usually in this type of situation. Last time we seen the Minnesota Timberwolves in the conference finals, 20 years since Kevin Garnett. I don't even think I was born, or if I was born, I wasn't watching basketball because I think that was 01. You know, 01, 02, something like that. Same with the Indiana Pacers since Paul George left the Indiana Pacers. I don't think they've been to the. Well, I know they ain't been to the conference finals. So, you get two new teams. Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. This definitely been a good playoffs. Uh, Shout out to the Nuggets. Shout out to the New York Knicks. They ultimately fell short of their goal, which is reaching the NBA Finals and winning the championship. But you know, sometimes it always got to be a winner and loser. And obviously, you don't want to be on the losing side. But they lost to both of these teams. Just lost to a team that was better, and that's why it's the best of 7. Because you always gonna find out who is just the better squad. And Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. They was the better squad, and they was the better squad all series. Same thing for the Indiana Pacers, you know, because the way the New York Knicks they play style, like I said, without Julius Randle, without that second offensive creator, without OG Wananobi, he tried to play today. Shout out to him, but we knew he won 100%. He wasn't even close to 100%. Boy was out there moving like he was 77 years old. Boy was out there on one leg, but it was kind of taxing on Jalen Brunson. And you kind of see him wore down, having the ball so much, the usage, his usage rates going up. Uh, yeah, man. But y'all go ahead, hit that like comment. I mean, hit that like button. Make sure y'all be in the comments. Y'all let me know the winner. Who y'all got the winner of the Eastern Conference Series, winner of the Western Conference Series. Uh, y'all got Boston sweeping, Boston in 5, Boston in 6, Boston in 7. Indian 4, Indian 5, Indian 6, Indian 7, vice versa for the Western Conference. Y'all let me know, man. And make sure y'all head over to the audio platforms as well. Spotify, Apple Music. Run those streams up for me. Run those streams up for me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube watching this right now currently. Uh we're gonna be back with another episode. We got game 1 for the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow. New York, not New York. No, that's not tomorrow. What's Sunday? So Tuesday. You got Tuesday. Game 1 for the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll be back for that. And this go conclude this episode, man. And I'm out.